Hello.
And we've started.
Morning. There we go. Let's get started. How are you?
Well, that first
things first.
You go on.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
well.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to announce it, or do you want to announce it?
Announce what? My kids have actually just left me. It's kind of. I never. Anyway, yeah. You announce it. Go on. Let's have the honors.
We sponsor an esports team.
An esports.
No, it's not.
They're the best.
Vitality
in the business as far
now. It's not Vitality. Like Renault F1 team. It's
not far off though. It's not far off.
The name is Super Meme Esports Team.
A round of applause. Well done, guys. Thank you for letting us sponsor you. Yeah, I guess you could say. Yeah. Well done anyway.
I don't know. They do F2. Like if you wanna. I mean.
Yeah. I mean.
If you wanna. I mean, it's all right. Like.
Yeah.
They're bang average. We sponsor them, and I'm saying they're bang average. You actually, I'd watch them if you want.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Anyway,
if you want to,
I'll link it in the bio
a bit faster. Watch it. We sponsor them. We're dissing them.
Okay.
Yeah, watching their their what do they call it? The preseason was actually like watching. Like paint dry on a wall. That's actually the best way.
I started playing X's and O's with my wrists, so yeah, we got that back.
Just slitting it just every once in a while.
Okay, right. Okay. Anyway, we gotta get straight into it.
Oh, by the way, the last day when I was editing that last video, you turned off your audio, so then I had to end it on a coming next, like not coming soon.
Yep.
We were talking about. Let's just get it quickly out of the way. Just nice and fast. Who would you interview? You said Pierre Gasly.
Pierre Gasly, or
I'll interview Lewis, just to get that out of the way, because like we left.
Okay. Yeah.
We left it on
I know there was people there, looking at it as like, damn, why didn't they? So annoyed.
Oh no! Come on, man.
All right, so on to the first topic, right? And this is what we've been thinking about. What are the 3 best drivers on the grid at the moment?
Or do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. I mean, I'm probably the biggest Daniel Ricciardo fan in Ireland, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I have to be dead honest.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't put him on the same level as Lewis, because he hasn't been in the same car, and since Lewis has been winning all of the time, I have to put Lewis first.
Okay.
Yeah? I have to. Fair. Like I'm just legally obliged. Even though I don't like him, not a lot of people like him, I have to put him there. Yeah?
Okay.
We can all agree on that.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Number 2 driver then? Who's your second?
Ricardo.
There's a surprise. Christ.
Ricardo second, and then Max third. Yeah. So Lewis
and number 3.
1, Lewis 1, Ricardo 2, and 3 Max. Now a lot of people would disagree with that, obviously.
Yeah.
Including you, I am assuming. Yeah, no, it's the reasonings, okay? The 2016 season, I think that first race in Spain was he shouldn't have won that race. Yeah. It was fairly like a scam from Red Bull.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't intentionally. You could tell it wasn't intentional, but it was still a scam nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. I can tell Red Bull intentionally scammed him in Monaco as well, because they just
well, that actually was a scam. That genuinely was a scam.
If that was Max, they would have just had the tires ready. Simple. Honestly.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, 100%. And then Malaysia was probably the best defendant I think I've ever seen from an F1 driver. in my entire life of living. And anyone who decides to disagree with me and try and pull up another clip, I guarantee the clip 2016 Malaysia, Ricardo defending from Max Verstappen, doesn't really get much better than that. Yeah, okay. It doesn't genuinely get much better than that. 2017 he beat him. Well, like 2016 from I'm counting from Spain on, in case people are like, okay. Oh, Max joined only since Spain. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm counting from Spain, and I'm pretty sure when I did it, he was around 50 points still ahead. And that's counting when he got screwed in Monaco and getting screwed in Spain. Okay. So then 2017, he beat him just raw pace because, well, obviously Max, he DNF'd, I think, six, 7 times.
Max was still a bit of an idiot that year, I won't lie.
Yeah, because like half of it was him crashing.
He only really matured in 2019. I won't lie. He was a bit late to the party, but okay. You made your point.
And then 2018. I want to go on to 2018. To be fair, because 2018 he did beat him, but like Ricciardo's car was just awful. It was horrific.
And what let him down that year? Was it the chassis or I think it was the engine, wasn't it? And who made the engine that year? I think it was Renault, wasn't it?
Mercedes. I think it was Mercedes.
It was Renault who made the engine. So what would be the logical choice?
Mercedes.
What would be the logical choice if you were a driver? You've after having the most disappointing season of your entire life. Alright. And you're like, right, it was the engine. The team that I'm with have decided to change to Honda.
Was pretty awful, to be fair. Come on. Just dead
and then he was like, alright, the team are making changes for me. What am I going to do? And logically thinking, let's move to the Renault Works team. I'm sorry, but his thinking there, Cyril Abiteboul must have some sort of blackmail on Ricciardo. Maybe pictures of his feet or something along those lines. That he threatened him in 2019. These cookies are going on the internet,
I mean, anyway. Where else was he? Because I understand why he left, because he just wanted to do something new. You know what I mean?
He
just wanted something new, and like
he was running away from a fight.
Okay, that's a complete and utter lie, and that's a Christian Horner quote. I know. I know.
And Christian Horner is
that was the dumbest
Jesus
quote,
disciple himself. So
that's the worst comment I think I've ever heard from an F1. What do you call it? Director? Would you say? Team principal. Worst quote ever. Like, I don't understand that. That makes zero sense.
I swear I did hear Cyril say, 2019 will be our year. Right.
Oh, yeah, well, that was actually... It was a toss-up between them.
Okay.
All right. I've talked enough.
Yeah.
So,
you
go ahead there.
All right, 3 best drivers on the grid. Number 1. No, I'm joking.
Oh, I swear to God.
Verstappen. Number 1.
Number 1 Verstappen, okay.
Number 1 Verstappen. I think if he was put in that Mercedes, he would beat Lewis. And I just think he's fast in qualifying and he's relentless in the race. Like, if he can do that in a Red Bull, what would happen if Max wasn't in, say, a Red Bull, and Albon was the benchmark for that Red Bull? They'd lose all their sponsors. They're like, all right, these lads start making a midfield car. Like it. I just think, I'm not saying he's single-handedly saving Red Bull, but like he is.
He is.
He is.
Like there's no two ways about it. There's 2 Albons on that team. You'd swear like Red Bull is after building the worst
Toro Rosso,
car.
Yeah, the Toro Rosso, or like whatever Alpha Tauri, however you want to call it, they'd be ahead of the constructors if they had 2 Albons there.
100%.
Christ, Albon. Okay, to be fair,
okay, so Max
Tauri,
1.
they do have Kvyat.
Max 1.
2 Hamilton. It pains me to say it, but it does. In qualifying, Bottas looks like he can challenge him, but in the race, I'd be more confident being a Hamilton fan going into a race, because it'd be like, all right, he's got this. Whereas Bottas, it's sort of hit and miss.
A quick off topic. Who do you think was better? Who do you think is better? Since you are a Bottas fan,
yeah, and
you were a Lewis Hamilton fan when Rosberg was there,
yeah.
Who do you think was better? Well, who do you think is better? Like, basically during the times they had at Mercedes, Rosberg or Bottas?
I think Lewis is a lot better now than what he was in 2014, 2015, 2016. I think
he's a lot better.
He's a lot better. So it's sort of hard to tell. I didn't really like Rosberg because I was a Lewis fan at that point. So, everything Rosberg won, I was more or less sending hate mail to his family. It was that extreme. But now that I've sort of just taken a step back, he's actually a pretty kind of cool guy. Like, his YouTube videos are, like, not up to our standard, but, he's getting there. A bit more
they're nowhere near our standard, but they're alright.
Yeah, of course.
If I had to put a scale, like, 10 would be ours, and then his would be, like, 4.3.
4. Anyway, so it's sort of... It's really hard to say. I'd say in the race trim, I'd say Rosberg has Bottas. Yeah. But in qualifying trim, I'd say Bottas hasn't. That's my personal opinion. Because if you look at the qualifying head-to-head, the average gap between Bottas and Hamilton has been quite... Not like... Okay, there's a few outliers. Belgium springs to mind. Sochi springs to mind. But apart from them, it's been pretty neck and neck.
Okay. So number 3.
Number 3, Bottas. I know you're going to probably hate me for this, but I think just the fact that Lewis is making him look like a bit of an amateur. No, not an amateur, but like he's not making him look good.
Like, he's not. No.
But I do not think that there is that many drivers on the grid that could do as good a job that he's doing to just keep up with Hamilton. Or if Lewis wasn't in the team, if George Russell was in that team, I reckon Bottas would beat George Russell. That's honestly opinion. George is good on a Saturday, but on Sunday he absolutely bottles it. Like 9 times
that was
out of
one
10.
race. That was one race.
Austria or the Styrian.
That was the start of the season.
Bottles it. It's more or less the same thing.
It's just like, but he's clear. He is carrying that team. He's like, no, you can't. I genuinely think that Russell would beat Bottas if he was in that seat.
Okay. Well,
I'd also think Ricciardo.
Oh, you also think Lance Stroll would beat him as well, wouldn't you?
What about Leclerc? Is Leclerc like? We failed to mention Leclerc at all. Like,
I think
Leclerc would be a close fourth, right behind Verstappen for me.
Mm-hmm. Leclerc would be neck and neck with Bottas. He's not Lewis.
Neck and neck.
He has Rosberg. I think it's very close between. Okay, I sort of forgot about Leclerc in the standings. I won't lie.
No, I was really because for me right now, like, do you know how I put Ricciardo second and Verstappen third? Like, I'm talking like literally inches. Like, they might as well be 3, 2, and 2 if you get me. They might as well be second and third. Like, they're literally so level. And then Leclerc is right there as well. It'd be easier
to do it in like tiers of drivers. So honestly, I'd say Leclerc on raw speed, definitely he's up there with Verstappen, Hamilton. But I don't know. It's something.
I think if Vettel was confident, because I think the biggest point for a Formula 1 driver is confidence. And I think the more confident you are, the better you drive. Like, example Gasly, example Albon, example Ricciardo, like 2018 season. Like, if your car keeps on blowing up, like, you're just not going to be confident. The same with Bottas. Like, remember 2017?
2018. Like,
2018. He was actually having an okay season.
He
like,
could
about
have
3
won,
or 4 times.
Literally, he could have won 3 or 4 races.
China, Baku,
he was going to
Austria.
win. Okay, whatever about Baku, he was going to win before the tire explosion. Austria, he was beating Hamilton, and I think somewhere near the pointy end as well. Where else was he doing good?
China before the pit stops.
Just stuff like that. Sochi before.
Sochi,
we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. But yeah, it's I admit I forgot about.
I don't know. I don't know if I really want people. Yeah, 100%. I would say if Vettel was confident again, if he was, I don't know, 2017, 2016, even 2018. Vettel, 2019 Vettel maybe.
I know people forget that at the start of 2018 Vettel was a beast, but the start of 2018 he was a beast.
He was an animal. It was after Germany, and I was actually there at that Germany race. Believe it or not.
So you're
do you remember that? I'm actually the omen. As soon as I go back to an F1 race, he'll start driving well again.
I mean, you were there in France last year, and did he start driving well then? I've just debunked your theory.
It was a bit of a dead race, to be fair. it
I wasted 2 hours of my holiday. I was in Lanzarote and my entire family were at the pool and they were like, Sean, what are you doing? I was going upstairs to watch the race. Absolutely excited, loving life. Because some guy decided that he was going to ask the bartender if he could watch GAA instead of the Formula 1 Grand Prix. I felt like slapping him, but he looked like a farmer lad that was, touched me in weird places.
But everything about that French track, Paul Ricard tells me that should be a good track. That there should be overtakes. Yeah. But it's not. It's god awful. It is horrific. It's great for
pre-season testing, if you haven't heard, thanks to our friends over at the esports team.
F2 testing, by the way, it's not for Formula 1.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Formula 1 cars, only F2 cars. And in real life, they do race there in F2. I actually
I don't think, on paper, it is not a good track, because it's, whatever about maybe F3 or whatever, it's technical, but just dirty air. Like, you see even in the F1 games, coming out of that corner, the double right-hander before the straight, it's just you're dead. Like,
you're just gonna spin out. Like, if you're going half throttle, especially in an F2 car, Jesus,
true.
It's awful. Well,
put some respect in their name. I'm telling you, put some respect in their name.
Yeah, they're putting their lives at risk.
Even on Paul Ricard.
No! Stop! I know where this is going. F2 drivers at risk. No, stop. No, we're not going anywhere near that.
Oh no, we can't.
Nowhere near. Okay. We have two I think we've gone through that nice and thoroughly. I don't know if I want people to actually agree with her.
Yeah, if I wanted to be controversial and get the audience riled, I'd
Stroll
say
third, I'd say.
Yeah. Grosjean's up there, underrated goat.
Underrated goat. I'm pretty sure I put him in my worst 3 in the last one.
We don't talk.
Oh, by the way, guys, if you didn't watch the last one, make sure you watch the last podcast. Make sure.
Oh my days, we're not that far.
And make sure you like and subscribe. Well,
moving
to
swiftly.
Fair, I actually do want that to happen. Like and subscribe and comment.
Please
we want everyone. And actually,
I need to feed my children.
On our Instagram, we've after DMing WTF1. So if anyone hears this, maybe we have around 50 views on the last one. If we can get around 51 views on this one,
the WTF1 might take us up.
Yeah, then they might actually take us up on a. We asked them to donate to us on our GoFundMe page. Yeah. So who knows?
I actually told Matt WTF1 on Twitter. I said to him, I need money for my leg surgery because I actually only have 1.5 legs. And he didn't even reply. So if that doesn't say anything about WTF1 and their morals, I don't know what does. I know
we're guaranteeing that he just ignored Billy Monger when he texted. We're just guaranteeing. Oh, and we have a bit of blackmail on him as well. So
of course.
If you wanna, we'll keep that to ourselves though.
Yes.
And we actually have moving on. We have 2 topics, but Sean actually needs to go and do some stuff after this. And I'm just inquiring, Sean, should we do the 2? I think we should do the 2. Or not.
The F2 driver to move up. All right. Who do you think is the most likely Formula 2, FIA Formula 2 driver to move up to FIA Formula 1 this year?
Well, it could be all down to this weekend, to be fair.
Yeah, true.
Because I think one of the Ferrari Academy boys is the most likely to go up.
Yeah. I think Yuki Tsunoda is 100% going AlphaTauri. I think they're
you think 100%? Oh yeah, actually no, they're
because they're scrapping the super license. They're scrapping the super license points as far as I'm aware. Yeah, that was all brought in because of Max. He was 16. He was 17 years and 1 day old, or 2 days old when he drove in Suzuka 2014.
And he tested in Brazil as well. I've been recommended that clip of him drifting on that corner about 3 billion times with Jean-Eric Verne gasping just at the pit wall fallen soldier, by the way. Jean-Eric Verne. Peace.
Oh my god. Realistically, he was beating Kvyat and Helmut Marko.
Oh yeah. Well, no, he wasn't beating him, but Kvyat was what? He was 19 and he was doing grand.
14 at the time.
Time
doesn't work the same in Russia.
I'm a Daniel Ricciardo fan in Formula 1. I'm not as big as fan. Obviously, I do watch F2, but I'm a fan of Mick Schumacher. I wasn't even around for like the Michael Schumacher era. I don't know. I just like Mick Schumacher. You just
you're 12 years old, right?
Usually whenever I just pick a driver and then I stick with them. You know what I mean? I'm loyal.
That was me.
For some reason, I just had that feeling to pick him.
I picked Robert Schwartzman.
You picked Robert Schwartz?
Yeah, because I saw him win an F3 and I was like, nah, that's him.
Oh yeah, he's class. Don't get me wrong.
He's had a good.
Dead. He's just so. Did you not watch? Like, I remember watching. I follow F2 on their Insta, and it was like
there was one interview. He was
he did.
Well, it's 9 plus 10, and he said 21, and I felt like I'm following him at that stage.
Yeah, and then I don't know. Plus he's Russian. That doesn't help. Yeah.
I like.
No,
you know who I like?
I'm joking.
We're gonna get DDoS by Putin now in a minute. You know who I like? I like Dan Ticktum. I think he was an arrogant little.
I think you're the only person.
Yeah, in the entire world.
Funny, to be honest.
Dan Ticktum doesn't even like himself at this stage.
But he's so cocky and arrogant. I do like it though.
Actually, Callum Islet, I think he's funny. The same F2 clip comes up and it's like the radio, and he's like, "Oh, this is a proper game of chicken," and he has the most realistic chicken noise I think I've ever heard.
People, we're talking Lungard here.
Actually, to be fair.
Yeah.
Or Deruval as race engineer. I'll have an update on the race.
One of them. Or how do you? Do you know the comedian? What's his face?
I know. He's Indian. Yeah.
It's spelled and he has the same. Is it spelled differently? Because they pronounce it definitely differently. They pronounce it. Rahunathan.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, moving on. Okay. So I think Mick Schumacher. Well, I'm hoping, but it's all up to this weekend.
It's whoever wins the championship, in my opinion, gets that Haas seat.
Probably Tsunoda and then Mick Schumacher. They're most likely for me. And then who are yours?
It's the same for me. I know it doesn't make an interesting debate.
We're a bit boring.
But I cannot see anyone else winning the championship.
Deruvla and I don't know. I'm trying to think of something funny. I'm just lost.
Just generic Indian joke.
Okay. All right.
Actually, F3. Just quickly, I think Logan Sargent and Oscar Piastri and Theo Porcher is actually driving.
I think most of those F3 drivers are going to move up. It would be the smartest thing to do anyway.
True. Okay. Moving on to the fourth one.
23. Okay. Yeah, go on.
Okay. The teammate battle in Bahrain.
Okay.
What are we saying? We're going to start with Mercedes.
No, we should start from the bottom to top.
Okay. Williams.
Williams, yeah. Okay, if you wanna go, and then I go.
I think if we say anything other than Russell, we're sort of kidding ourselves and wasting.
Actually, you know what? I might debate on that. In Bahrain in F2, I remember actually Latifi having a good round there in F2 last year. And if I may,
his fifth season. All right, get over it. It's Russell. Moving on. I'm taking the executive decision.
Back to the past. No, you can do that pretty well. I can't do the accent. But anyway, do you know the German guy who did at the press conference? Take a short view
back to the past. 30 years ago.
Oh, that's so good. Anyway, no, because I want you to look back to 2018 Bahrain. Where was Russell? Dead last. That's where he was. 2019, where was he? Dead last.
Okay, fact.
I think Latifi will beat him.
Okay.
First round.
I'll bring you down to
Betfair. We're talking about race here. We're talking about race.
Race. Okay, yeah, Latifi, 100%. George Bottle Russell. Honestly,
you just don't like Russell at all.
No, it's not that I don't like. I think he's like the less funny version. The only funny bit that
less funny version of Norris.
Yeah, the only funny thing I ever thought he did was the facts thing that he did at the interview.
Oh no, actually,
here's me probably overtaking Lando.
Less funny.
Staying on topic. On topic.
Yeah, well, just quickly.
Yeah.
George Russell is a less funny version of Norris, and Albon is an even less funny version of Norris. There you go. Just get that out of the way. Okay. Alfa Romeo.
Kimi. Actually, I have no idea. Actually, I think Kimi, because Giovinazzi. Like, I think Kimi.
I'm going to go.
It could be both. Actually, it's sort of neck and neck.
They could come in the same position.
This is really good. We're really giving people good insights here.
Okay. I'm going Gio. I'm going
Raikkonen, just to oppose you, so that we're not sounding too.
You know what?
Biased.
I'm going to go Kimi as well. I don't know. I've just rethought. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, sure.
Because he actually does. He's renowned to be good around Bahrain. So I'm pretty sure he won
P22
3 or 4
P3.
times.
Yeah.
So to be fair, he's a good amount of podiums. Anyways, so we've gone.
Haas.
We both got Kimi there. Haas, K-Mag.
I am tempted to say Grosjean.
Okay, if you're tempted.
To be fair, I don't really care. It's not that I don't care, but like it's Haas. Like, who's gonna make it out of Q1? Oh, neither of them. Shit! That's my back on. Yeah. Okay.
Plus, they're gonna be dead last. Those Ferrari engines are god awful.
Oh yeah, Bahrain's just straights in a few corners. Just
straights in a few corners and just a couple Arabic.
Okay, now let's go let's do for the fourth worst car on the grid. Let's start with Ferrari. I'm being dead serious. It's Ferrari power. They're going to be nowhere this weekend. You heard it here first.
Yeah, true.
Leclerc's going to win. They're not going to win, but like to beat.
He's gonna beat Vettel. Yeah, it's fairly. Yeah, and the only reason if Vettel is to beat Leclerc this weekend is if Leclerc DNFs or crashes or something like that.
Contracts COVID or like dies.
Yeah, anything of that sort. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Next, AlphaTauri.
Yep. Gasly.
Fairly easy. Gasly. Yeah, it's sort of.
Kvyat. I don't know. Kvyat had a good race in Imola, and that's about it.
and Russia. He said, this is quote. Yeah. When on my day, I am the best driver on the grid. I'm pretty close. I'm pretty sure that's close.
In case he watches this and we see him on the street one of these days, I'm going to agree with you, Daniel. Come on.
We've best already insulted Russians, so yeah, you know what, Daniel, I agree. We both go with Daniel here. He will beat Gasly this weekend.
Forza Russia. I'm actually a renowned communist anyway, so yeah, it's great.
Oh Christ! I'm going back to Gasly. You go with
Kvyat. Actually, no. I'm gonna be safe with the Russian mafia, Kvyat.
I mean, we're technically baiting out who we think is going to come P5 in the championship by saying this.
Yeah, true.
Go on.
I'm gonna go with.
I'm not gonna do
it. Who are we doing? McLaren or Renault?
Ooh, that's your choice. Who do you think will come 5th?
I'm gonna say Renault, I'm gonna say McLaren. McLaren have been nowhere recently. Renault have been the ones driving forward. McLaren. This is also a tight for their teammate battle. I think this
is the only one that's really that tight.
It's neck and neck. It's neck and neck really.
Yeah. I think Norris has that better quali pace, but I think Sainz has that better race pace.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna say race probably Carlos probably.
You're going Carlos Sainz, sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go.
Also, you heard it here first. Lando Norris is going to be doing. This is recorded on a Monday evening, Monday 23rd November, right?
Yeah.
Norris is going to do a special livery of him on his helmet, of him driving in one of those small McLaren cars, that like one of the toy cars. He's going to have that on his helmet this weekend. Just Mystic Sean has predicted that.
That's very gutsy stuff to be putting out there.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you know that?
It's not like he's tweeted. Yeah, I know his man. I have good relations with his mother. I follow MDM Designs and I follow Lando Norris, and they like this fan thing. So
Okay,
we're going to edit that out because I want to be sounded like, also we need to...
Alright, I do genuinely think that Lando is the better driver out of the two.
Mm-hmm.
I think Carlos Sainz is a little bit overrated. I don't have anything against Carlos.
I mean,
genuinely,
Lando,
I think Lando
in his second year, he's doing good.
I think he's doing very good. I think Sainz has been a bit unlucky, but Norris had plenty of that last year. Yeah, so, I think Norris will beat him this weekend.
Okay. Let's say Renault next. I know this is easy for you, and it's pretty easy for me as well. It's going to be Ricciardo.
Yeah. To be honest, I usually know which tracks Ricciardo is good at. Last year, obviously, was a bit of an L because they decided to leave him out for about 11 years. He actually led the race for a little bit, for a lap or two. Yeah, swear to God.
I reckon that was the highlight of his year.
It was, and then he DNF'd to an electrical problem. But usually when he was in the Red Bull, he had a pretty okay race. I'm pretty sure just most years it was fourth, and in a Red Bull that was pretty good because it was just all straights, and as we know, it wasn't that fast in straights. So yeah.
Okay. Actually, last year didn't they both, Hulkenberg and Ricciardo, both crashed out within a lap of each other?
They didn't crash out. They both DNF'd. Yeah. So what happened was Ricciardo went for a one stop because he just was staying out for so long, and then everyone just had way better pace. Yeah. And Hulkenberg went on the normal strategy like everybody else. Yeah. And he was in about I think 8th or 7th. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then he DNF'd, and then Ricciardo DNF'd the lap after, and Ricciardo was in 10th. And it would have been fairly dicey, if he had come 11th or 10th anyway, so it wasn't the biggest deal in the world.
It wasn't the biggest deal. Okay, Racing Point.
I don't know. I don't think everybody is so harsh on Stroll. I think it's that confidence.
He's pacing the wet.
Confident.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He definitely has pace in the wet.
Yeah, when he's confident, that's for
sure.
Perez, it's nip and tuck. I reckon actually he will be confident after this. Stroll, prove me wrong.
I wanna go Stroll. To be honest,
Stroll. That's
I know. Actually, but the only thing that would be hindering me is obviously Perez is still a very good driver. That puts nothing against him. I'm just going. I'm just a good underdog. Plus, the only thing that's mainly hindering me is Perez is fighting for a seat at the moment.
Yeah, I reckon
very much so.
I sort of hope Perez finishes out the points this year or this race for the sole reason so that WTF1 can't post the same thing after every race weekend. The only driver apart from Hamilton to score points in every single race he started in. How does this man not have a seat? I was like, shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've seen that a couple of times now, to be fair. This is us throwing beef at WTF1.
Tommy, Matt, fight me.
Yeah. I remember before WTF1 was even a big thing, I did one of your quizzes and I quite liked it. Okay.
Yeah. Matt, videos of you saying things.
And being with underage
Please keep that in. Anyway, keep that in. Okay, Red Bull.
And then Bull.
I think this is kind of close.
Albon. Yeah, if you had to gamble, and imagine you put money on Albon to beat
you'd be the richest man alive after.
Well, it depends how much you put on, to be fair, but yeah, Max, we'll both go Max. Again, it's the same thing that we said with Leclerc and Vettel. The only reason that Albon might beat him in a race is because Max has a problem and it's a DNF. Yeah.
Or if he gets assassinated by a member of the Mongolian government.
Oh yes.
That's funny. I think
that would be
he doesn't care. Yeah. What if you just got assassinated? Poison in his food.
If he's in the car on the straight. And
a sniper gets
hit.
Game recognizes game. Okay, and Mercedes.
The cameras cut to him doing a 360. No, the sniper guy doing a 360.
Jumps off the grandstand, no scope. Okay,
and then Mercedes. I'm gonna go with Lewis. Because I don't think you'd know better, but is Is Bahrain...
Bottas has gotten pole here. I mean, it's sort of
but
hit
pole,
and miss,
like his,
but yeah,
race
I'd say
pace-wise.
Bottas could get
Has
pole.
he won a race at Bahrain before? I don't think he has.
I say go for it. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna stick with my man, Bottas. I think he's going to be... It's going to be close, but I'm just going to go Bottas. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough.
That's all the topics sort of covered.
I think that's most topics. I think we have actually a juicy topic for next week when the race is actually finished. We'll actually we'll obviously go over our team battle, who we said, and see if we were right. We could be completely and utterly wrong. Imagine Vettel beats Leclerc, Albon completely destroys and laps Verstappen, Ocon.
Kvyat
just managed to pull something out of the bag.
Yeah. I think
and
Ocon,
Bottas actually wins this weekend.
I reckon Bottas is gonna lead a lap in the race, but somehow just Lewis is just gonna overtake.
Prevails. Yeah.
God.
All right.
Anyway.
Okay, so before we go, obviously I want to give a little just recap. Super meme esports team, unreal. Yeah. I have 2 drivers. Class. Yeah, follow them.
Follow our Instagram. Take it flat.
And and follow our Instagram. Yeah, take it flat. Make sure to like and obviously subscribe. I guess.
Follow.
Well, I don't guess. You do follow and subscribe and
do it now. Otherwise, we will bomb your house.
And share to your friends, family.
Share it on your
everything. Just post it on every story. We want to get to about how many views do we want? We want around like 100k, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think 100k by next week. I think
because we hit 50 on the last one, so I think that's fair enough. So 100k should be fine. Should be pretty easy.
We didn't hit 50k, we just hit 50. I'd say that's doable anyway.
Yeah, I think that's doable.
I'll put
we're at
up
3 subscribers now. We're on 3 subscribers
I'd say,
now. So
silver play button by next month.
Yeah. Okay. So what we want? 20k subscribers. Yeah, that's good with me.
Yeah, by next week, I'd be satisfied. I wouldn't be completely happy, but it'd be.
Should be alright.
Yeah, be alright. Grand. Yeah, YouTube isn't really that hard, is it?
Nah.
Also, we follow back everyone. We follow back everyone that follows us. So.
Yes, follow for follow, shout out for shout out.
Follow for follow, shout out for shout out. Live, laugh, love. That's the...
Live, laugh, love. All right, we'll leave it on that.
Yeah.
Live, laugh, love.
Okay.
We'll leave it on that.